Good morning, students. This is our second update of the week and the very last update that I am recording in April. On account of tomorrow, Research Friday, is May. And I hope that you've had a chance, if you haven't already, to click on how to be more productive and learn the differences between being productive and being busy. If you haven't already listened to it, the podcast goes over how to not be busy, but to be productive, and how being busy often prevents you from being really productive. That's why in my class, I try to avoid giving you busy work and I instead replace busy work, which I hated when I was a high school student, by the way, and replace busy work with something that will create value for you. So, the podcasts that I've selected, I hope you see how they can be applied to our lives. Most people, if you ask them, would you like to learn how to be more productive? They would say, no, I want to learn how to, be lazier or be less productive or be inadequate when it comes to things that I can do and make and create. Usually people don't say that, right? Sometimes we feel that way. We feel like, laying in bed, sitting on the couch, relaxing, chilling. We've had a lot of that relaxing and chilling time in the last several weeks. But the reality is that this period of time that we're in, it's not going to last forever, thankfully. Before you know it, we'll get back to some semblance of normalcy. It's going to take a while, right? It's going to take some effort and some sacrifice, some continued sacrifice from all of us. Today is April 30th that I'm recording this. And the last day that we were at Bravo was March 13th. And as soon as I'm done recording this, let me tell you where I'm going. I'm going to Bravo. Why? Because all of us as teachers were given 5 hours to get all the stuff that we've got in our room out. And they picked 2 teachers per floor per day, and today's my day. So I got to go and I got to clean out our classroom, the classroom that I've been in as long as I've been a teacher. And it's difficult. I was thinking about it last night when I was making some space around the home where I live so that I could bring the things that will always remind me of my classroom and of you all, my students who are in it and the space that we shared together for the small time that we had together. Um, but that's the way it works, right? We do not pick the times that we live in, but we get to pick how we react to those times. And the sadness I know that I feel not being able to be in the room that I designed is a sacrifice that we share. We're not in school, but school continues, not because we are inside it, but because school is inside us. And here, through a computer, I get to deliver the education to you that I could have told you in person and that we could have talked about in person and we could have had discussions about in person. We can't do it in person, but we got all this technology here that allows us to still interact. And in that interaction, I will give out this week's shout outs. First, I will say I am very glad that people liked the puzzle because we got another puzzle coming for you. There it is. I'm not going to give you any hints other than to say that April showers, which end today, bring May blank. So that's a hint. Look at this. 10 people liked the update. And they also pointed out, thank you, Christian, that the video was unavailable when I posted it on Sunday because my plan, at least what I thought I was doing, was making it so that even though I recorded it and put it together on Sunday, I wanted it to go live at midnight so that you wouldn't see any of this until boom, midnight. And then, wow, look at that. As soon as midnight happened, we have a new update. But I failed. So it just posted it immediately. But unfortunately, the YouTube video, that part worked. It didn't go live until midnight. So if any of you try to access it before midnight, like Christian, and apparently like Adrian and Grace, you couldn't see it. So in the morning when I woke up and I saw this, I'm like, oh my gosh, I messed up. Oh well, at least I tried. So I posted that. Let's give our weekly shout outs. Thank you, MD. Thank you, Angie. Thank you, Benjamin. Thank you, Cynthia. Thank you, Isabel. Thank you, Nathan. Thank you, Thais. Thank you, Vincent. Thank you, Christian. And thank you, Grace. That's my second period shout outs. Let's go to the fifth period shout outs. See if you can beat 10 people. Bam! 6 people. Thank you, David. Thank you, Ashley. Thank you, Carlos. Thank you, Kevin. Thank you, Philip. And thank you, Janine. And look at that. David finished the puzzle in 43 minutes and 21 seconds. Let me tell you something. That was a difficult puzzle. Hopefully you finish this next one. You'll all finish this next one quicker. As usual, I'm going to ask you, please hit the like button so that I know you saw it, and ask me any questions you may have. I miss you all. I hope you are safe and you are healthy and that you stay creative and productive. Take care. Ciao.